So today I'm gonna do a beauty do's and don'ts video, and I have 3 do's and 3 don'ts, so let's get started. Alright, so first, and this is like probably really obvious, but maybe not if you're just starting out using makeup, but do use a primer. I repeat, do use a primer. This is actually something that I didn't know or really believe in or use when I first started doing my makeup, and that's just because I don't know, I was like, my makeup is fine without one, but honestly it changes your life when you use a primer, so get on that because it is just really helpful, and especially both for your face and for your eye makeup. And what it does is it just helps your makeup to stay looking fresh to death. I can't believe I just said that. It helps your face stay looking fresh longer, and your makeup just looking better throughout the day, staying on fresher, especially for oily skin. It's changed my life because like I would just feel disgusting after a while with my makeup, and it helps my makeup to last longer and just not feel like oily, cakey mess at the end of the day. So, and then for eyeshadow, it just helps your eyeshadow stay in place, look better, look really good all day, and not like wash off, wipe away, what have you. So definitely do use a primer. Now, the first don't is don't cake on makeup to cover up zits, imperfections, what have you. Now, this is something I used to do, especially because I used to get really bad breakouts. It hasn't happened to me as much now that I'm a little bit older, kind of take care of my skin better. Back then I just didn't know what I was doing. I was honestly such a hot mess. But anyway, so what I would try to do is I would try to just keep caking on makeup, especially onto like zits and stuff. I would be like, oh, I'm just gonna keep on piling it on until you can't see it anymore, which kind of like, I guess it kind of makes sense because you're like, oh, if enough makeup or foundation is on there, then like you won't see it, but in reality it doesn't do anything except look cakey and disgusting. So instead of doing that, what you can do is just the technique that you apply your makeup will help you to cover up those areas. So instead of just, you know, piling on concealer or foundation, just apply it strategically. So start off, you know, with a clean face, apply a primer, and then apply a foundation, and then use a concealer brush, which is what I do. I mean, other techniques might work for you, play around with it. But I use a concealer brush and then brush it onto the different spots, and then just kind of pat it down with my finger instead of like a sponge or beauty blender or something, because I just find that I'm able to control it more when I use my finger. And then set it off with some powder, finishing powder or whatever you use, and it's better to go with technique than to go with volume. Alright, my next do is do use shadows or shades. Ugh. There's an ant on my camera. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh my god. Ugh, anyway, I hate ants. Okay, so yeah, do use shades and or shadows that complement your eye color and your skin tone. What I have seen a lot, and what I'm guilty of doing myself, is using shades that just are a shade too dark or a shade too light, and then you can kind of see a line on people's like jawline or whatever, like, oh, look at that, like they're using makeup that is not the right skin like tone for them. So just try to test it out, especially if you're like in Sephora or in a makeup store. Try to test it out like right along like here, because I think that's closest to the skin color on your face, or even on your face, to be honest. Like, why wouldn't you try it on your face? Okay, anyway, so do that to make sure that it really blends in well with your skin tone so you don't look freaky. And also that applies with like if you're contouring or using bronzer or whatever, just make it only like 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone, otherwise it's gonna look really weird. So yeah. And then with eyeshadow colors, I recommend using colors that complement your natural eye color. I have hazel eyes and sometimes they're green. It's weird, but so I use a lot of like bronze, copper type colors that complement that color, but I'm not really sure because I've never had any other eye color what complements blue eyes or whatever, but you can look it up on the internet, and I don't know, I think it's best that way. But I mean, you can play around with eyeshadow too. Don't overdo eyeliner. it makes your eyes look smaller if you use too much of a dark color around your eyes, especially if you use it on both the upper eye line and the lower eye line. So it's just gonna look too much, so just don't do it. Alright, the final do is do highlight the right areas. I've seen people do this, and I'm guilty of it myself. I'm not like calling anyone out or anything. I've seen people use highlighter like all over the place, and it just looks not right. And so like places that you're supposed to highlight are like right here on top of your cupid's bow, a little bit maybe in the ridge of your nose, definitely in the inner corners of your eyes. I highlight a little bit above my brow bone, below my brow bone, and then just a little bit along the on top of the cheekbones. So yeah, just don't overdo it with that either. Pretty much rule of thumb, don't overdo it with anything, but definitely don't, not overdo, but like highlight the wrong areas, because what highlighting does is it brightens your skin and it makes it look bigger. So if you want something to look bigger, then use highlighter, but if you want something to look smaller, stay away. And the final don't is don't overdo blush. I know it's another overdo. Anyway, don't overdo blush, because if you use blush like all over your cheeks, that's gonna look weird too, and it kind of goes back into that use the right shade for your skin tone, but also use it in the right areas. So blush, usually you apply it to like the apples of your cheeks, but if you apply it like literally all over your cheeks, it's gonna look weird, and I've seen people do that. I did that myself. I've pretty much done everything you're not supposed to do with makeup, so it's kind of helping me with this video. It was terrible times in my life. But anyway, just use it in the right areas, use it sparingly, use the right shades, and you'll look fabulous. So that's my do's and don'ts video. So if you guys have tips or tricks that you want to share with me or share in general, comment below, let me know what your do's and don'ts are, and I'll see you again soon.